And hey everybody, good afternoon. It's time for Strat-O-Matic baseball. Spokane Steve here, trying to see the card with my obviously outdated reading glasses. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I had a good Christmas. I'm still under the weather a bit, but getting better. Went to my mom's, had a wonderful ham dinner. I'm making some tea, I should say steeping some tea right here at the desk as I get ready to get this game underway. April 22nd, 1966. Oh, it's good to be back in 1966 again, isn't it? An interesting pitching matchup today. The Phillies are throwing John Boozer, and if you look at this card here, I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. I've been having trouble reading the blue part of these cards. There's a card from the computer-only card from the Windows game, to be a little clearer about that. And so is Boozer. But I figured out you can adjust your printing on your computer and you can set it to monochrome. Look how much easier that is to read. It's actually easier for me to read now than Joe Nuxhall's card, the lefty. Nuxhall, let's take a look at him, shall we? We'll come over here to the laptop. There he was at age 15 when he pitched for the Cincinnati Reds. In 1944, becoming the youngest player to ever play in a major league game. And he'll be on the mound for Cincinnati today. Now let's get back to Boozer for just a second here. This card, look at this, 5/6 column. Home run, triple, home run, triple, 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 triple over here. 4-6 homer, 4-7 homer, 4-8, most of it's homer. This might be the worst pitching card I've ever seen against left-handers. Holy cow. But he started the game. I don't expect him to go deep. On the other hand, this morning, oh my goodness, where is that score sheet? This morning I played one of my 1974 Dodger games, and Kniesny, God, I said his name right this morning. Kniesny beat them with the worst nameless card there is. 6 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. 4-2 Astros, okay? So anything's possible. I'm not predicting a shutout for John Boozer or anything, but hey. And welcome Kelly. Yes, the Phillies come in 7-1. They're in first place. Cincinnati, the polar opposite, at 1-6. So we're gonna, oh, my eyes are just, I feel like they're getting worse by the day. Yeah, it doesn't help. Okay. Let's get to the lineups now. For the Phillies, it'll be Tony Taylor leading off at second base, Johnny Callison in right field, Dick Grote at shortstop, Dick Allen will be at third base hitting cleanup, Bill White, the first baseman, hits fifth, Cookie Rojas will be in left field today, Jackie Brandt in center, Bob Uecker will do the catching, and Boozer hits ninth. For Cincinnati, it will be Tommy Harper in center leading off. Pete Rose is playing third base again, batting second. Vada Pinson in right field. Jerry Coleman at first base in the cleanup spot. Darren Johnson in left. Leo Cardenas at short. Tommy Helms at second. Johnny Edwards will do the catching and bat eighth, with Nuxhall batting ninth. There's one more thing to do before I get underway. Let's turn the heat down a little bit. There we go. It's plenty warm in here. Alrighty. About ready to get underway here. Nuxall has finished his warm-ups. And now Tony Taylor will step in from the right side. Nuxall gets the sign from Edwards, and here's the pitch. On a 3-3 against the lefty, that is a ground ball to first. That's going to be Coleman. He'll flip to Nuxall covering, and there's one down. Next up is Johnny Callison, left-handed hitting outfielder. Nuxall gets his sign. Here's the pitch to Callison on a 1-4, fly ball to left field. Medium deep. Johnson fading on it now and does make the catch for the out. And with 2 away, that'll bring up Dick Grote. Right-handed batter. Here's Nuxall's delivery. On a 1-9 against the lefty gets a grounder down to short. That's going to be Cardenas. Behind the bag, nice grab, throws him out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Nuxall. So the Phillies, nothing. The Reds coming to bat. I know the Reds were bad that year, but they seem better than a 1-6 team. We'll see. If there's anybody they can clock, it's going to be this Boozer, wouldn't you think? I mean, this card is absolutely horrendous. Okay, here's Harper, although more against lefties, but they've got, let's see, Rose, Pinson, Coleman, and Edwards. So half the lineup is left-handed. Boozer ready to work now. Here's the windup. The pitch to Tommy Harper, a 3-6, and he walks him. And that is not a good way to start the game if you're the Phillies. Harper with blazing speed. Boozer a -1, Euchre a +1, so that's a wash. So an 18, Harper will be held on, making him a 16 should he get the lead. And right off the bat, he's going to try for the lead. That's going to be 2 through 5 or 11. 9, he does not establish a good lead, and Pete Rose will hit away. Pitch to Rose. That's going to be a 5-5 to the left-hander. That's a grounder to shortstop X. That's Grote, the 3E22. Grote towards behind the bag. Here's the play, and it's going to be a force play. So Grote, a diving stop, flips to Taylor, and that's all they get. 6-4X. Rose is aboard now. And with 1 away, here comes Vada Pinson, another guy who I think should be in the Hall of Fame. Of course, there's 2 schools of thought on the Hall of Fame. I mean, there's a lot of people that think the Hall of Fame should be, you know, just Aaron Ruth, Koufax, Frank Robinson, you know what I mean, the greatest of the greats. I, however, am of the opinion that the Hall is too exclusive. Ron Santo had to wait for the Veterans Committee? Come on. So here's Pinson now. Rose at first takes his lead. Boozer from the stretch. The left-handed hitter on a 3-7. It's a base hit into right field, an open single. Rose can go to third on that, or he can try, but Callison with a -4 rifle out there. Rose a 15 to third, a 17, -4, a 1 to 13. With 1 out, he's going for it. Here's a throw from Callison, and Callison guns him down. Oh man, that was exciting. So Rose forced at third. Pinson will hold at first, and there's 2 outs, and here's Coleman. 2 away. Pinson at first. Let's check his running now. He could run. An asterisk 15. Held on, he'll be a 1 to 13. So they'll be holding him on. And here's the pitch from the stretch to Gordy Coleman. A 6-6. High fly ball to right field. Back goes Callison. That's way up into the seats. 2-run blast, Gordy Coleman. And the Reds are on the board. Pinson scores ahead of him. A 2-run blast by Gordy Coleman with 2 away. And you see what I mean about Boozer's card? They probably should have somebody up in the bullpen right now. What have we got here? A hair or something in my dice tray. Okay, here's DJ now, Darren Johnson. The windup and the pitch on a 3-8. That's a fly ball to center. Easy play for Jackie Brandt, and that will retire the side. But the Reds, 2 runs on 2 hits, a 2-run blast by Coleman. And they take a 2-0 lead after a 1-inning complete. Nuxhall does not have the greatest card in the world either. He was at the tail end of his career. 4.5 earned run average in 130 innings. Much better than Boozer, granted. A Hall of Fame Hero League. Oh, that's cool, Kelly. That's Strat-O-Matic, I assume, right? We go to the second. It's Allen, White, and Rojas due here for the Phillies. Nuxhall into his windup. The pitch to Dick Allen is a 4-6 base hit. So a leadoff single for Allen. Allen an asterisk 15. Nuxhall's a -2. And Edwards a 0. So that would make Allen a 13 not held. They're going to risk it and not hold him on. So if he wants to go 1-13, he can. But first, White's going to take a stab at it. From the stretch, lefty on lefty. It's a 5-4 fly ball to center field X. That's Tommy Harper. Harper a 3-2. And here's the play. On an 8, that's going to be caught by Harper. All runners hold. So 8X. Here's Rojas now. And there goes Allen, 1-13, and he is gunned down by Edwards. So Allen caught stealing. 1-13, the roll was a 20. And the next pitch to Rojas on a 4-11 to the right-hander. Base hit into left field. God, I'm telling you, my eyes are getting worse by the day. I can't wait till January 3rd. That's when I have an appointment with my new eye doctor. Cookie, who would later be a threat to steal, was not in 1966, so he'll stay planted at first. Here's Jackie Brandt now, right-handed batter. From the stretch, Nuxhall's delivery is going to be a 4-3. Fly ball to right field X, that's going to be Pinson. Pinson, a 2E14, racing towards the line. Here's the play. On a 17, he makes the catch. And that will do it. No runs, 2 hits, a man left. Of course, there was a caught stealing in there. And the Phillies possibly waste an opportunity there in the second inning and still trail 2-0. Cardenas, Helms, and Edwards due for Cincinnati. Boozer a 5 for endurance. Third is lined up. The pitch to Cardenas on a 2-6. High fly ball to left field. Rojas just turns around and watches it go. And Cardenas leads off the second inning with a home run of his own, and it's 3-0 Cincinnati. And here's Helms. There's the pitch from Boozer on a 6-4. That is a foul out, fly ball to center. Playable. Brandt has it, and there's one down. Man, I'm trying to figure out why my sight is so much worse than it was. When did I play last? Friday? Yeah. And welcome, Kurt. Didn't we all? Didn't we all? So Helms flies out to center with one down. Johnny Edwards will be the batter. Left-handed hitter. The pitch from Boozer on a 1-6. Pop-up right side. That's going to be Taylor calling for it. He's got it. 2 down, and Nuxall will be the hitter. Left-handed batter. And here's the pitch from Boozer. On a 4-12. Fly ball to center. Brandt drifts over and puts it away to retire the side. But another run on the Cardenas homer. And the Reds lead it 3-0 after 2 complete. The question is, how long are we going to go with Boozer? He started the game in real life. Bob Uecker will lead things off for the Phillies here in the third. Just saying the name Bob Uecker always puts a smile on my face. And here's Nuxall with the windup. The pitch to Uecker is 6-6 to the righty. That's ripped into the left center gap. That's going to be down for extra bases. And Bob Uecker's in with a leadoff double. How about that? Bob Uecker. He was actually pretty decent against lefties. On this card, anyway. And here's Boozer now, a right-handed hitter. Nuxall from the stretch on the 3-7. He grounds it down to second. Helms has it. Runner cannot advance as Helms throws him out. 1 down, runner in scoring position, and here's Tony Taylor. Taylor bounced out to first his first time up. Here's the pitch from Nuxall. That's going to be a 1-7, a single to 8, but that line drive is going to find the glove of Tommy Helms. So Helms busy with the leather this inning, and there's 2 away. And it'll be up to Johnny Callison. Johnny Callison flew out his first time up. Lefty on lefty. And here's the pitch. On a 1-8, it's a single to 7, but that line drive is snared by Coleman on a 9. And that will do it. No runs a hit, they leave him in. So Nuxall's been splendid through 3. Boozer, not so much. We'll see how he fares in the third with the top of the Reds' order coming up. Harper walked his first time up. Here's the pitch from Boozer, a 1-3 to the right-hander. Grounder down to shortstop. That's going to be Grote. He's got it and throws him out. Pete Rose hit into a forced play his first at bat, batting lefty against the right-handed Boozer. Here's the pitch from John on a 3-7. Fly to right field. Can of corn for Callison. He's there. And quickly there are 2 away. And that'll bring up Pinson. Pinson singled in the first. Came around to score on Coleman's home run. Boozer gets the sign from Uecker and the windup. And the pitch to Pinson on a 4-6. High fly ball to right field. And that one is way back and gone. Home run, Veda Pinson. And just like that, it's 4-0 Reds. All 4 runs coming on home runs. And here's Coleman now, who hit a 2-run blast his first time up. The windup. The pitch from Boozer on a 1-7. Single to 4, but that line drive is going to find the glove of Taylor. And that will retire the side. The Reds tack on another one on a Veda Pinson home run. And after 3 complete, they lead it 4-0. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. I certainly did. And then today, I just finished chowing down my last bite of lunch before starting this stream. I preheated the oven for a little frozen French bread pizza, right? And the preheat button popped out. For some reason, I'm thinking, okay, 20 minutes and I can eat lunch. So 20 minutes goes by. I walk in there to take it out, and the frozen pizza is still sitting on the kitchen counter. That's right. I forgot to put it in the oven. So then I had to cook it. Another 20 minutes goes by. And I find myself wolfing it down just minutes before time to start this stream. So yeah, at age 67 and showing every bit of it. It's going to be Grote, Allen, and White, the heart of the Philly order here in the fourth inning, as they try to get off the schneid against Nuxall, who winds and deals to Grote, and the pitch comes in 1-4 against the lefty, a fly ball to right field. Pinson's right there to make the catch, and there's one away. And here's Dick Allen now. We all know about this Dick Allen card, especially versus left-handers. Nuxall, the pitch to Allen, a 1-7 high fly ball to left field and crushed. Darren Johnson takes a step and just watches it fly as Dick Allen hits a monster shot halfway up the seats. And the Phillies are on the board. So on a 1-7, there's Dick Allen. Boom. 1-4, 1-5, 1-6, 1-7, 1-8, 1-2, 3-7, 1-11. About 22 home run chances out of 108 versus left-handers. Okay, it'll be White now. Lefty on lefty. Here's the pitch from Nuxall. A 2-3. That's a base hit into right for Bill White. And here come the Phillies. And we've seen the Phillies perform some miraculous feats already in this very, very young season. White and asterisk 17 will have to be held. A -2 of 15. That would make him a 1-13 should he get the lead. And Rojas is going to hit away with one out. From the stretch, here's Nuxall's pitch. On a 4-4, it's a grounder to third base X. That's going to be Rose. Rose is a 4E35. So nothing guaranteed here. And here is the play on an 18. Rose makes the play and throws him out. The runner will take second on that. So White into second, 2 down now. And here's Jackie Brandt. Brandt 0 for 1. Nuxall gets the sign from Edwards. The lefty winds and deals. On a 1-4, fly ball to left field. Fly ball to right field, rather. Easy catch for Pinson to retire the side. But the Phillies get on the board, a run on 2 hits. One left. The mammoth home run by Dick Allen makes it 4-1 Reds. And here's John Boozer. And if you missed the start of the broadcast, I finally figured out with these computer-only cards, I was having difficulty reading the blue side. And stupid me, I finally realized that I could change the settings to monochrome before I sent it to the printer. Much easier to read. So there you go. Now I know. Here's Johnson to lead it off. Cardenas to follow. Boozer, the windup and the pitch on a 1-3. That's a base hit in the left field for Darren Johnson. He starts off the fourth inning with a single. And now it looks like we're already going to see some activity in the Philadelphia pen. I put everyone for both teams. In the real-life game, each team used 4 or 5 relief pitchers. And Bob Buell's going to be getting loose for the Phillies, a right-hander. Just came over yesterday in that big trade with the Cubs, involving Ferguson Jenkins and Larry Jackson and Adolfo Phillips, among others. So here's DJ now, Boozer from the stretch. Pitch to Johnson on a 2-6, struck him out. I'm sorry, that's Johnson's on a single. I beg your pardon. It's a 2-6 to Cardenas. 1-15. It's a 15. It's a deep fly ball to left field. And gone. Home run, Leo Cardenas. I beg your pardon for that mistake, but yes, it was clearly Cardenas up. 2-6, homer to 15, and just on a 15, a fence scraper. And the Reds have broken it open 6-1. And Mock has seen enough. Here comes Gene Mock. Boozer's going to get an early shower. So Bob Buell will be coming on. Boozer, not surprisingly, lasts only 3+. 6 hits. 6 runs, all earned. He walked 1. And did not strike out a batter. So a very ugly line for John Boozer, who maybe he was boozing it up last night. I certainly hope not. But it was 1966, so who knows? I'm sure most or all of you have read the book Ball 4. And here's Tommy Helms now. Buell coming on in relief of Boozer. He's set now. Helms stands in from the right side. Here's the windup and the pitch to Tommy Helms on a 5-6. Swung on and missed strike 3. Down goes Helms on strikes, and here's Johnny Edwards now. Buell the windup, the pitch to Edwards, a 1-3, foul ball right side. White drifts over and puts it away, and quickly there's 2 away. So Buell's come on in restored order. Here's Nuxall, left-handed batter. The pitch, a 3-9, tapper down to third. That's going to be Allen. He's got it and throws him out to end the inning. But 2 more big ones for the Reds on a 2-run blast by Leo Cardenas. And after 4 complete, they lead it 6-1. Not surprising considering that Boozer was the starting pitcher and just how terrible that card was. I tried to give him what I felt was a reasonable amount of rope, but he was definitely not going into the deep into the game from the very outset. Now it'll be the Phillies' turn again in the top of the 5th. It will be Euchre, probably a pinch hitter for Buell, and Tony Taylor. So Nuxall, the windup, the pitch to Euchre on a 6-9, struck him out. Buell's a 1-hitting card. God, they almost need some length out of Buell. But they also need to score some runs, so he's going to come out. Buell goes an inning, retires all 3 batters to face him with a K. Right, left, left. They probably want a backwards righty or a lefty anyway in this spot. And that's going to be Roger Craig. Another computer-only card. Roger Craig will get loose. And now we need a hitter for Buell. And they have mostly left-handed batters on the bench. Not a whole lot of options here. It's going to be Phil Linz. A right-handed batter. 1 out, nobody on, and here's Linz now. Nuxall, the sign from Edwards. Pitch to Linz is a 1-11. It's a tapper down to second. Helms will take it and throw him out. And 2 away for Tony Taylor. Tony's 0 for 2. There's the windup and the pitch to Tony on a 1-6 grounder down to third. Rose has it, throws across in time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Nuxhall. So Nuxhall humming along. And here comes Roger Craig, computer-only card. In fact, because of the left-handed side of the card, let me take a second and pull this up in my computer again. I'll put it on the screen over here. 66 NL computer. Roger Craig, there he is. Okay. Oh, absolutely, Kurt. Top of the order for Cincinnati against Craig now. Craig, a righty, of course, would go on to be famous as a giant manager and teaching everybody the split-fingered fastball. And here's his pitch to Harper. A 6-5 to the right-hander. That's a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Grote. Grote's a 3-22 as he ranges into the hole, and here's the play. On a 5, he makes a fantastic play. So nice play by Grote to retire the speedy Taylor, or Harper rather. And here's Pete Rose. Rose batting lefty against Roger. Here's the pitch on a 1-5. That's a triple to 3, but that's down the line. It's going to rattle around. Rose will settle for a stand-up double. So a one-out double by Pete Rose, and he's in scoring position now for Veda Pinson. Craig from the stretch. The pitch to Pinson on a 3-8. Fly to right field. That's playable for Callison. He's got it. Rose thinks about tagging up, but too much respect for Callison's arm there to make the out at third base, and Gordy Coleman will be the hitter. And here's the pitch on a 1-5. Struck him out. So Coleman down swinging. No runs, a hit, 1 left after 5 complete. It is Cincinnati 6, Philadelphia 1. And reading some of the chat comments. Oh, that's right, Kurt. I forgot about that. Yes. Craig pitched for the Reds. So he pitches a nice inning against his former teammates. And we'll move along to the 6th. Callison, Grote, and Allen. And here's the pitch from Nuxhall to Johnny Callison now. On a 1-7, that's going to be a pop-up left side. That'll be taken by Helms. 1 down, and here's Grote. Grote 0 for 2 today. Here's Nuxhall now. The sign from Edwards, the windup. Pitch to Grote on a 1-8, ground ball down to third base. That's going to be Rose. He'll make the play on that one, and a quick 2 away. And here's Dick Allen, 2 for 2 today, including a home run. As Nuxhall goes into his windup, the pitch to Allen on a 4-2, and he walks him. Perhaps pitching a little carefully to Allen after that monstrous home run in his last at-bat. We'll never know, I suppose. And here's Bill White. And here's the pitch. Left on left now, a 1-7. He struck him out. So Nuxhall throwing a fine game through 6. And that was, as a S6, that was his first inning of possible fatigue. And it's going to be Johnson, Cardenas, and Helms due for the Reds here in the bottom of the 6th. I'm going to take a minute and have a little sip of tea. Still getting over what was walking pneumonia. Pretty much out of the woods as far as that, but still got some congestion and crud going on. So I apologize once again for the gravelly voice effect. The tea helps, but nothing's perfect. Okay, here's Darren Johnson now. Craig into the windup. The pitch to DJ on a 1-6. High fly ball to left field. Back, off the wall. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Darren Johnson. So on a 1-6, homer to 12. On a 13, he just missed it. And he'll settle for a long double. And here's Leo Cardenas. Cardenas 2 for 2 with 2 home runs today. Cardenas having the game of his season. And here's the pitch from Craig. On a 6-6, struck him out. Cardenas caught looking. Down he goes, and here's Tommy Helms. Helms is 0 for 2. Craig into the windup. Pitch to Tommy on a 6-5. A grounder to shortstop X. That's Grote again. Grote a 3E22 as he goes into the hole. And here's the play on a 14. Nice grab, long throw across in time. Nice play, Dick Grote. And the runner has to hold. So 2 away, and Johnny Edwards will be the hitter. Johnny's 0 for 2 today. And here's the pitch on a 3-12, swung on and missed strike 3. And that's 3 strikeouts for Roger Craig in his 2 innings of work. No runs, a hit, 1 left on after 6 complete. It's 6-1 Reds. Rojas, Brandt, and Euchre, due for the Phillies. Yeah. Okay, we're set. Top of the 7th. It's Cookie Rojas to lead things off for the Phillies. Nutsall into the windup now on a 5-4 to the right-hander. It's a fly ball to center field X. That's going to be Harper. Tommy's a 3E2 out there. As he ranges into the gap, here is the play. On a 3, he can't get it. That's down for a base hit. So a leadoff single to Rojas here. He's aboard. And here's Jackie Brandt. Brandt 0 for 2, flew to right field twice. Nutsall from the stretch now. Pitch to Brandt is a 3-7. That's a grounder to short. That's going to be 2. Cardenas to Helms to Coleman. Double play. So Nutsall got the ground ball when he needed it. And with 2 away, Bob Euchre will be the batter. And here's the pitch from Nutsall. On a 5-8 to the righty. Fly ball to right. Can of corn for Pinson. And that will do it. No runs a hit, none left. Nutsall's just sailing along. What a game. A 6 endurance starter, and he's pitched 7 dandy innings here. And Craig comes out for what will certainly be his last inning of work as he's due to lead off in the 8th. Nutsall, however, will bat. He's got a 6-1 lead. Why not? And here's the pitch on a 4-7. That's going to be a left-handed batter. I can't read it. Back to the computer card. 4-7 is a double to 5, single otherwise. So it's a base hit on a 7. And look at that. Nutsall has a hit. So Nuxall at first, and here comes Tommy Harper, Pete Rose on deck. Craig gets the sign, and now from the stretch, delivers to Tommy Harper on a 3-4, a comebacker. Craig has it, down to Cardenas, back to first, not in time. That'll be a force play. So a 1-6. Nuxall's forced, and Harper's at first. Harper an asterisk 18. Craig with a terrible hold, a +4. Euchre a +1. That would be 5. So 20. Even held on. Harper's a 1 through 18. And Rose is going to take a shot at it with one down. With the runner held, a 111. A base hit into right. That's an open single. Whoops, that does not go there. Beg your pardon. Single to Rose. Harper can try to take third on that. So a 111, single to right. That's Callison, however. Boy, my eyes are just killing me here. Harper a 17 to third, 19, -4 of 15. One out. He's going, and in fact, they'll concede it and keep Rose at first base, keeping the double play in order with one away. And here's Pinson, and now there's activity in the Philly pen again. They'd like to see him get through this inning. It's going to be Herbert and Belinsky getting loose. Herbert the righty, Belinsky the left-hander. As Craig gets ready to work from the stretch, the pitch to Veda Pinson on a 1-4. Foul ball right side. White's calling. He's got it. That's a big out. A pop-up. The runners cannot advance. And here's Gordy Coleman. Craig again from the stretch. The pitch to Gordy, a 3-11. Tapper down to second base. That's Taylor. He's got it and throws him out. And Craig gets out of it. No runs, 2 hits, a pair left. After 7 complete, it's Red 6, Phillies 1. I'm going to take a short break and see if I can clean these glasses. And thank you, Kurt. I appreciate that. And welcome, Dave Little. Glad to have you. I'll be right with you guys. And we are back. Nuxall coming out for the 8th. We're going to have a pinch hitter for Roger Craig. 2 start things off. So Craig worked 3 innings nicely. 4 hits. No runs. He did not walk a batter, and he struck out 3. That doesn't look good at all. So that's good. And let's see, when they get ready to pitch again, it's going to be Pinson, Coleman. Belinsky's going to come on. Bo Belinsky, the lefty. Another computer-only card. And the Phillies will start the 8th off by sending up a pinch hitter for Roger Craig. They don't have a good righty choice. So they're going to bring Johnny Briggs off the bench, lefty on lefty. Johnny Briggs, a very good player, very unheralded hitter. When he first came up, he was a wonder kid, 20-year-old future superstar. He never became quite that, but he was a fine ball player. Had his best years with Milwaukee. Anyway, here he is to lead off the 8th as Nuxall gets the sign from Edwards. The pitch to Johnny Briggs is a 4-7, and he gets a base hit right up the middle. So Briggs comes through with a leadoff single. And here's Tony Taylor. Nuxall into the 8th. And the Reds will get someone up in their pen. Who did they use in real life? Everyone. They're going to get Notabart the righty and Davidson the left-hander warming. And here's Tony Taylor with nobody out, runner on first. From the stretch now. Pitch from Nuxall on a 5-9. It's a fly ball to left. That's going to be playable for Darren Johnson, who makes the catch for the out. One away. And here's Johnny Callison. Johnny's 0 for 3 today. Left on left. Nuxall from the stretch. Pitch to Callison on a 3-6. That's a base hit into right field. 2-base advance. Briggs is going to steam into third. On the single by Callison with runners at the corners now. See, there was a single in the 7th. One more hitter walk will fatigue Nuxall. In fact, Johnny Edwards is out to the mound to have a little chat with Nuxall. He says he's good. And he's going to go ahead and pitch to Dick Grote. Runners at the corners, one down. From the stretch, the pitch to Dick Grote. 6-3, high fly ball to left field. Back goes Johnson. It's gone. 3-run blast. No, Grote's a weak against lefties. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I almost blew that one. That's a single with a 2-base advance. Taylor a week both ways. Grote a week both ways. That's an RBI single for Grote. Briggs will come in to score. Callison into third, and that's going to fatigue Nuxall. And here comes Don Hefner. And that indeed is going to do it for Nuxall, who pitched a fine ball game today. The crowd gives him a nice hand as he walks off. 7 1/3 from an S6. You can't ask for much more than that. He allowed 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. 2 runs. Of course, the 2 runners on base are still his responsibility. He walked only 1. And he struck out only 2. And Don Notabart will be called upon. Notabart, a right-hander. He'll be looking at Dick Allen with White on deck. Still only 1 out here in the 8th inning. 6-2 Phillies. Runners at the corners. Callison at third, Grote at first. Let's check Grote for his speed. He is not a threat to steal. And here's Dick Allen now. Allen, 2 for 2, a home run, also drew a walk. Notabart ready to work now. From the stretch, the pitch to Dick Allen. He struck him out. And with 2 away, it'll be up to Bill White. Big chance here for Philadelphia. Notabart from the stretch. 1-7, and he walks him to load the bases. Oh my. So Grote goes down to second. The bases are loaded, and the batter will be Cookie Rojas. Left fielder. Well, they kind of wish they still had Briggs on the bench at this point. It'll be Rojas. Here's the pitch from Notabart now. On a 6-6 to the righty. Base hit 211, but on a 12, that liner is speared by Rose to retire the side. Oh my God, let's look at that again. 6-6 righty, single to 11 on a 12, a liner caught by Rose. And that will end the inning. For the Phillies, they get a run. Three hits and leave the bases loaded. That could have been their last shot right there, folks. It's 6-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And here's Belinsky coming on. Ray Herbert, the righty, still throwing lightly. See, actually, he comes in here, not up here. No, they're going to change their minds, in fact. I apologize. They're not going to bring in Belinsky. They're going to go right to Ray Herbert, the right-hander. With right-handed batters due up. That's the only thing that makes any sense. So Johnson, Cardenas, and Helms due. It's going to be Ray Herbert, the righty. He's ready now. Gets his sign from Euchre. Here's the pitch to DJ, a 3-7, swung on and missed strike 3. And down goes Darren Johnson on strikes. Here comes Cardenas. Leo Cardenas has 2 home runs today. Struck out his last at bat. As Herbert goes into his windup, the pitch to Cardenas on a 6-6 is a single to 2, but that line drive is hit right at Grote, and he makes the catch for the out. And with 2 down, it'll be Tommy Helms. Here's the pitch from Herbert. A 4-5. That's a grounder to shortstop X. That's Grote again. He's been busy down there today. A 3-E-22, and here's the roll on the play. On an 18, he's got it in the hole. Plants long throw across in time. 6-3-X. 1-2-3 go the Reds, and we go to the 9th inning. Last shot for the Phillies. 6-2. Brandt, Euchre, and the pitcher spot due. And it'll be Notabart. Jackie Brandt to lead it off. Brandt 0 for 3 today. Oh, and yeah, McCool's down there. But apparently Hefner thinks with the 2 right-handed batters due up, Notabart can handle it. And here's the pitch to Brandt on a 2-6, swung on and missed strike 3, and down goes Brandt. Here's Euchre now. Euchre not as good against righties. Let's see what they have left on the bench. Not a lot. They could bring the other catcher on, Dalrymple, who was in kind of a platoon with Euchre in a way, so that makes sense. The Phillies are going to hit for Euchre with Dalrymple. So Rimple, a left-handed batter, or Dalrymple, I should say. Some people probably called him Rimple. Rumpelstiltskin, maybe. Okay, here's Notabar's pitch to Dalrymple. It's a 5-6. That's ripped into right field for a base hit. And now we'll have a pinch hitter for the pitcher. A man on and one out. And the Philly bench is getting awfully thin. Let me look at the computer-only cards, see what they've got. If anything. They could bring in Jimmy Schaefer to hit, but he's horrible. And that's about it. Or these three guys that are left on the bench. The best by far of which is Tony Gonzalez, and that's who it's going to be. So pitch hitting for Herbert, Tony Gonzalez. And with Taylor and Callison, McCool is warming. So you called it, Kurt. McCool's warming. Notabart's going to face Tony. Dalrymple, no speed, and they don't have enough players left to even think about a pinch runner here, trailing by 4. From the stretch, the pitch to Gonzalez on a 5-3. That's a high fly ball to right field. Back goes Pinson to the track, to the wall. It's gone. A pinch hit 2-run blast by Tony Gonzalez, and suddenly things get interesting. Holy cow, a 5-3 home run. Gonzalez has the power. He's an N. And he just made it a 6-4 ball game. And here comes Hefner. And he's going to McCool right now. Probably should have gone to him for Gonzalez. McCool led the team in saves that year with 18, a lefty, a fine pitcher. He'll be coming on to face the top of the lineup here in the 9th in a 6-4 ball game with 1 out. So for Notabart, 2/3 and then a third there, he works 1. He gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, walked a batter, and struck out 2. The other 2 runs charged to Nuxall. And there he is. The fans wanted to see Billy, and they're going to see him. Tony Taylor up at the plate now, right-handed batter with Johnny Callison on deck. In a 6-4 ball game, McCool gets his sign now. Here's the pitch to Taylor on a 3-7. Swung on and missed strike 3. And the Phillies are down to their last out. And it will be Johnny Callison. Callison 1 for 4 today. The pitch from McCool on a 6-8, swung on and missed strike 3. And McCool does indeed come in and put out the fire, striking out 2. And that's the ball game. 6-2 Reds. The Reds improved to 2-6 on the season. The Phillies dropped to 7-2, which I think drops them into a tie. That drops them actually a half a game behind the Dodgers now, who take sole possession of first place, and puts them a full game ahead of Pittsburgh. So McCool, see, was 6-4. I got to look up the old save rule now. 6-4, but there was nobody on base. Team wins a game, does not shall not get a save unless he faces the tying or go-ahead run with 2 exceptions. Comes in and pitches the perfect inning, pitches 2 more innings. No, under the old rules, that is not a save, believe it or not. 2/3, struck out the only 2 batters he faced. Nuxall, a great performance by Joe Nuxall. You know, it was probably, his 22nd season in the big leagues? And thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate that. Yes, please, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with another 1966 game. That's going to be the San Francisco Giants at the Houston Astros. Bob Shaw on the mound for San Francisco and Dave Justy on the mound for Houston. The Reds are for the totals for you now. The Reds had 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors. The Phillies, 2 runs on 11 hits. Boy, they wasted a lot of opportunities there and no errors. And that's your final here from Cincinnati as the Reds beat the Phillies 6-2. This has been Spokane Steve Aquilong, thanking you all for joining me on this day after Christmas, 2023, and the year winds down, does it not? I'm okay with that. This has not been a good year for me. I have no problem with us saying, let's turn the page. Anyway, I want to thank you guys once again. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. Or come back and watch tomorrow's ball game. Thanks, guys. Take care now.